All right, let's talk about something we have all experienced, that dreaded bounced email. But what if I told you that this little moment of frustration is actually a massive strategic advantage just waiting to be unlocked, especially for those of you in the nonprofit world? Today, we're going to dive in and learn how to turn that digital dead end into a powerful new beginning.
So, this is really the core question, isn't it? When that email fails to deliver, is that it? Is it the end of the line? Or is it something else? We're about to totally re-examine this thing that we all think we understand.
You know that feeling. You've spent time crafting the perfect message, a proposal, an outreach, maybe a report. You hit send, feeling pretty good about it, maybe a little hopeful. And then, just moments later, ping, that little sinking feeling in your stomach, it's back.
And there it is, right there in the subject line. Delivery status, notification failure. It just feels so final, doesn't it? Like a digital door just got slammed in your face before you even got to knock. It feels like a total waste of time, a dead end. But is it really?
Okay, so to understand why a bounce is actually so valuable, we have to look at the action that got us there in the first place. For so many organizations, especially in the South African NPO space, sending a cold proposal feels like work. It feels productive, but in reality, it's more like buying a lottery ticket than it is executing a real strategy.
Let's call this the lottery ticket effect. You're basically just tossing your message out into the great unknown, crossing your fingers, and hoping it lands in the right inbox at the right time. In this model, a successful delivery and a bounce, well, they're almost equally likely to lead to absolutely nothing. The bounce just feels like you're holding a losing ticket, but the real problem is the game you were playing to begin with. And right here, this is where the big shift happens. The normal reaction to getting that losing ticket is to just crumple it up, see it as a failure, and move on. But a strategic leader, they see that bounced email and they see something completely different. Not an end, but a beginning. They see pure, actionable intelligence.
So let's get to the heart of this thing. We need to reframe the bounce. It's not a failure, it's a signal. The problem was never the notification itself, it's our old, outdated way of thinking about what it means. Just look at the contrast on this slide. It's incredible. The old view sees a dead end, a failure, a totally wasted effort. But the strategic view, it completely transforms it. That dead end becomes an intelligence trigger. That failure becomes a legitimate excuse. And that wasted effort, well, that becomes a golden opportunity.
So what in the world is an intelligence trigger? It's a clear, direct message from the universe telling you, hey, something has changed here. The person you were trying to reach, they've moved on. Their role has changed. The department's been restructured. This isn't a failure. It's brand new, valuable intelligence that you did not have 5 minutes ago.
Okay, so we've got this new piece of intelligence. That's great. But now, what do we do with it? Well, this brings us to a really simple but incredibly powerful strategy. We'll call it the legitimate excuse tactic. This is how you actually turn that bounce into a real breakthrough.
And it is beautifully simple. Step 1, your email bounces. Step 2, instead of getting frustrated, you just pick up the phone and call the organization's main number. Step 3, and this part is absolutely key, you say something like, "Hi there, I'm just calling because our latest community impact report to Jane Doe bounced back. Could you possibly help me update our records with the correct person's details?" And boom, step 4, you get a new name and a direct email. And here is the psychological genius of why this works so well. You're not calling to ask for a donation. That's a high-pressure sales call. No, you are simply asking for help with a tiny administrative task.
I mean, think about it. Most people are on guard waiting for a sales pitch, but almost everyone is willing to be helpful for a second, especially for something that sounds so professional and routine like updating a record. You've completely disarmed the situation. You've turned a potential gatekeeper into an ally.
So let's just zoom out for a second and look at the bigger picture. This isn't just some clever little trick, it's a fundamental shift in mindset for building relationships, especially for leaders in the nonprofit sector. It's about seeing every single interaction as a potential starting point.
And that brings us to our final big idea, a trigger for cultivation. That bounced email is no longer a stop sign. It's the starting pistol for cultivating a brand new warm contact. You've just gone from sending a cold, impersonal email into the void to having a direct name and address, all because you saw an opportunity where everybody else saw a failure. So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this question. The bounced email is just one tiny example. I want you to take a look at your own work, your own challenges. What other things that you're currently labeling as failures are actually signals?
What are your intelligence triggers? What are your legitimate excuses to connect with someone in a new and way more powerful way? The opportunity, I promise you, is often hiding in plain sight.